There had come a time when I became interested in history and having things to remember. And that's part of a armoire. It came out of the Wrigley Mansion in Chicago. From there, this came from the Sandwich Bank, this came from the Leland Bank. Not every board has a story, but a lot of them do. So this building was built in 1900. Everything up above that white, that's all new. I put that on. Originally the roof was... My name is Gerard Brower. I'm a resident of Leland, and I've lived here for, I don't want to admit how many years I've lived here. Some say I'm retired. I don't know that I am, but I do a number of different things, and I try to find things that nobody else wants to do. So the building was surplus property to the school district in about 1959 when the new grade school was built on the northwest part of town. The school building that we're in now, those were sold at an auction that was held here on the ground in 1959, 1960. And I think I remember being here when they had that auction. But my parents bought it. I don't know what my dad was thinking when he decided to buy it, but... So this was my second grade room, and this was Miss Decker. I attended my first through sixth grades in this building. We were there and the teacher was here, except I think we were just in maybe half of the room because we were so small. It's a little water fountain. And I have that in the basement. But it was like down here. Everything that could be moved out was moved out. And the rooms were pretty much empty, except for dust and glass that was on the floor. I don't know if I actually remember when I started working on it. And sometime in the 70s maybe, so 50 years, 52 years. So preservation of the building was, I guess, the main consideration. It shouldn't be just something to look at, it just should be something that's put to a good use. As you look around, you see all these books, and that suggests, well, somebody likes to read, or maybe it's a library. Molly McGuinn, she was a teacher at Francis Parker School in Chicago. It was about time for her to retire, and then it was also about time for her mother to retire. One day Molly saw me and said, "Hey, Gerard, what would you say about having a library in the building?" All the other towns around have libraries. She wanted to have something for her mother to do. So they had a concern, well, where are we going to get books? And it turns out it's not that hard to get books. They were able to find books to fill up all the shelves. And then some, there's even more books. So this was her contribution to the community, and it gave the young kids an opportunity to help. I think maybe 6 years ago, then she passed away, and it's been kind of empty since then. And so, if you want to have any questions about the children. So I think I replaced the glass in that door like 2 or 3 times. Not because I wanted to, and I think that's the second piece of plywood that's been on there. And I think maybe the first part of it was fixing broken windows. Over a period of a month or something, I think there was like 34 that were broken. I think at one time I must have been upset. I guess that's just life, and what can I do if I get upset? It doesn't do any good for me to get upset. I try not to think about it. But this is the plywood here that is going to be going in there as soon as I have my leveling done. and it's going to get done one day. We're just having a thing about where they're talking about endangered buildings in Chicago, and this is a new better than the old, and I'm not convinced that the new is always better than the old. And so there have been houses and other buildings that have been torn down, and something gets lost along the way, and I guess maybe I had some respect for the people who built this. It wasn't so much me going to the school here, but there was a lot of other people that went to school here, and so they'd come back, and what would be the first thing that they'd want to see in the town? Well, hey, I used to go in that school. If this were east of here or west of here, it would be a building that could have life in it, and that's what it should have. That's what it deserves. But it's a testament to the building that it's still standing.